Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of Daily Crypto News. I'm vibing, got my guy, Mr. Crypto Beast Scott with me. As always, we like to take a couple minutes out of our day just to look through some topics that we find online that are relevant to the daily crypto news. As you guys know, I'm one of the admins over here at Asia Blockcast as well as BigONE Exchange. And that's enough about me. Scott, tell them a little bit about you.
Hi, my name is Scott, of course, with BigONE. I do the marketing for North America, as well as just basically the social media marketing. So lots of fun, and I'm excited again for another episode of the Daily News. Let's get this started.
Yeah, so not to go back too far into what we were talking about yesterday, as you guys know, a little bit more of the details came out about that Squid Game rug pull or honeypot situation. And a lot of the same the news broadcasters that were praising that coin, not really praising, but just giving that coin any light on their channel, came back today, was saying that, CNBC was like, oh, make sure you do your own due diligence. And that does go to show, guys, make sure you're looking at white papers. If the white paper for a project isn't as simple as the Bitcoin white paper, which has been around for 12 to 13 years, then it's probably a little bit too confusing to get into. And then another sign was, if you don't know who the developers are and you do want to try to jump into a hype project, always do a test amount, maybe like $10, and then try to sell the $10 before you really put any money in there. It was somebody that was on over here on cryptonewswire.com. Somebody reportedly lost $28,000 into this Squid Game. So that's a lot of money, and that's your typical retail investor, so for that person, that's a lot of money. You never know how long they've been saving up to have that. So just make sure you guys really always do your due diligence and make sure you're following trusted sources like myself and Mr. Crypto Beast.
Of course, yeah. We always try our best. I mean, nobody's perfect, right? But
yeah,
we do a lot of research on what we like to invest in. So we like to pass that down to you as well. So I'm just going to share the screen with you guys as well here. There we go. So this article is about the Commonwealth Bank to enable crypto trading for 6.5 million Aussies. Other banks will follow. So this is amazing, you guys. It's including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. But I mean, Australia has had some of the strictest actual rules against cryptocurrency for a while. Some people in Australia have had a really hard time investing in cryptocurrency. People always find a way around it, but to get the bank involved, that's impressive. And it just, again, affirms that cryptocurrency is becoming mainstream. So I'm super excited for that. Makes me kind of super bullish as well, because 6.6 million users coming online with that stuff, that speaks volumes of what it's going to actually do.
Yeah, what they're going to be doing, they're going to be partnering up with the Gemini Trust, the Trust Company, LLC. And so they're going to be picking up about 6.4 million customers. So I think that's going to be really big, not only for Australia, but other countries as well. People are going to always, other countries always see countries do something that's successful, and then they follow their approach, right? So I think that's going to be a little bit of the same thing. So because the funny thing about the Gemini Trust company that's going to allow this in-app trading for the Aussies is it's based out of New York. So it's going to be big for America as well as the Aussie.
100%. Things are going to follow.
Mm-hmm. And they're only going to let them. They're only going to allow them to trade 10 of the current cryptocurrencies. They haven't stated which ones, but that's going to definitely be interesting. Another good article I seen today was we all know that the Miami mayor, he's super bullish on Bitcoin. You guys know Miami is one of the leading cities as far as cryptocurrency and innovation in that financial sector out there in Miami or in Florida. And as of today, he came out and said that, he'd take his next paycheck 100% in Bitcoin. And it's funny because yesterday we were just talking about, Aaron Rodgers accepting a part of his salary in Bitcoin, as well as Tom Brady and some of the other players. And now you're starting to get political members doing the same thing. So this is going to, this just like we were talking about yesterday, it's just another step in the right direction and getting comfortable with getting people comfortable, with the mass adoption and accepting Bitcoins as form of payments or other digital currencies.
Yeah, definitely. And super excited for that. the next article we can talk about is actually this one. So I will share the screen again here. So right here, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin Taproot is around the corner. So they're estimating when it reaches block 709,632, believed to be happening November 16th, it'll bring many improvements to replacing ECDSA signature with, I can't say his name. The Bitcoin community has been hoping for this upgrade for a while, the discussion and development of the Bitcoin improvement proposals. So, and there's some significant upgrades that come with it. They were talking about it earlier. I was just seeing, but it's more secure, more decentralized. It's going to speed up transaction processes as well. Single signing key form, thus changing the transaction process. So this is it for improvements for superior privacy, lower fees, more flexible multi-signature, and Bitcoin's ability to be locked into multiple scripts at once. So this is great news for everyone.
Yeah. And I think that multiple scripts, if that's confusing for some of the people, it's going to allow them to, have smart contracts, for other fixed parties operate on their system and look like just basic transactions, right? So that's going to be pretty cool. And I don't think Bitcoin has had an upgrade since 2017 when they did the SegWit upgrade. So to see that they're bringing in upgrade is super bullish because one of the problems that I did have with Bitcoin is and I look at it more as a store of value is mainly because of the lack of the lack of how would I say it, not technology, but the lack of adoptability that could be had with Bitcoin, because you have smart contracts now, you have Ethereum, you have these proof of stake alternatives, right? So like it's good to see that they're coming up in time and going to upgrade that blockchain. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Another good news article I've seen now this might be hitting home for somebody more along the lines of our age, or a little bit in the 25 to 35 to 40-year-old range, but like I don't know if you remember the movie Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. So Quentin Tarantino is the director and the writer for that one as well. But that's his movie, and he's actually going to be coming out with NFTs for that movie Pulp Fiction. Now they're going to come out, these NFTs will have a twist to them. The twist that they're saying on BigONE.com is that these NFTs are going to actually have unreleased parts of the movie. So the secret network blockchain is how these will be viewed. So these are actually going to be really cool. So like with them being on secret network, you don't know who most of the artists may be, and that'll help them keep their privacy. And I think it's going to be really good, man. And then, Pulp Fiction was a good movie, great movie, to say. To see them to come out with, unseen parts, it's just, I think it's going to be an exciting time to get, a different crowd of people into the NFT sector. So I think that's creative, because a lot of, I think like a lot, but some of the NFT artists here in the last week, they've been facing basically nosedives in some of their projects. So it's good to see like some of the mainstream getting involved and gonna bring a little bit more back into the NFT space.
Yeah, definitely. And the last
and
article,
just before you go into your no, this was my article here, but before we jump into your last article, I do want to say this is the second time this week that we mentioned the secret network. You guys should, not financial advice, pay close attention to the NFTs and projects that are making noise in the news, right? And partnering up with some of these major players. These projects have a tendency to take off, kind of like Sandbox or Snoop Dogg, and because they're bringing in a type of adoption that wasn't here before, right? Like you're reaching out to these people and these creators to get them involved, to bring in their customer base, and then their customer base brings in their friends and family. So it is the second time we mentioned the secret network, times two. I want to keep putting that out there. So guys, you might want to put that on your radar, at least on your watch list, and pay a little bit of attention.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And to get such big name adoption too is the other thing as well, right? So
Yeah.
Next article that I got, I'll just click it here first, and then I will share the screen here. Share. So as you can see, nice Bitcoin symbol. U.S. Senator affirms Bitcoin is digital gold that's here to stay. She was very pro towards Bitcoin, but in the same sense, this is perfect to hear it from a senator saying that it isn't going to go away. She's also saying Dogecoin, XRP, Litecoin, and Ethereum are the likely assets that will stick around with Bitcoin. As you know, like the US government and other places like to regulate everything. So I'm assuming that is coming sooner or later. How much impact it's going to have on the digital currency market, who knows until that time happens. But I mean, there's always going to be different cryptocurrencies still around without everyone trying to regulate them, because there's no way to regulate some of these. So as you know very well, Vyman.
Yeah. I mean, you have your privacy coins, and then you have decentralized finance. You know, so I think the more we see the mainstream media push, you know, certain stable coins or the top 5 coins, you will see regulation on those projects in the top 10 first, I think, because those are the ones that are going to be pushing for mass adoption. But yeah, like you said, it's going to be, you know, thousands of currencies, no matter how much regulation comes out. Because, you know, people actually give value to whatever we claim value holds, right? Like, so if you have something and you give it value, and somebody beside you says, hey, I think that's valuable as well, and they want to purchase it, that's your typical trade and barter system. So I think there'll always be room for, you know, multiple currencies. To see the government talking about Bitcoin, you know, that'll be one of their first ones that goes mainstream. And then we'll have some kind of like centralization on the blockchain, or, you know, a KYC, just so they could try to get control of taxes or something like that. But definitely still very interesting times in the crypto space.
Yeah, definitely.
And for my last article here, I actually didn't want to go into an article. We were right before we jumped on here, Ethereum actually broke its all-time high again. So it's around $4,600. So that's really good news for Ethereum holders. And I think, you know, the smart contracts are still working. Even though the fees are still high, I think that there's a lot of profitability in the Ethereum blockchain. So it kind of negates some of the fees that people might, you know, get scared away from on the BSC side. So I think that's really good for Ethereum, and I'm looking forward to you know, BNB and BSC waking up here soon as well.
Yeah, and you see it coming. Like everything's kind of consolidating at the moment, so it's just a matter of when it takes off, I have a feeling anyways. Hence the bull in your background, I'm assuming too as well.
Yes. As you guys know, the Polkadot parachain is coming up on 11/4. So that's in 2 days. We reported it earlier. The earlier date yesterday, voted on by governance. So we should get that answer tomorrow. And if everything goes out, some of these people will actually start being able to release their applications for the parachains. So that's going to make it super bullish. I am looking at, you know, a lot of these top 10 or the top 20 actually stable coins to really, you know, start pushing up right now. As you have the memes coming in, you know, the memes had their run, and now you just had games have their run, and then you got, you know, metaverse having this run. So, and then you're going to eventually have DeFi, you know, have its run. So I think you're going to see a lot of different runs here coming up soon. I'm excited to be a part of all of it. Like I was looking at some numbers from last year, and just looking at some of the cost of like XRP being 23 cents, you know, at Halloween last year, and Cardano being, you know, a couple, like, I mean, I think it was like at 80 cent or something like that. So it's just funny to see how far some of these projects is going, especially, you know, like Solana was super cheap last year. So definitely a good time to be into the market. As we get ready to wrap this up, you guys know I like to do a little bit of the forecast from CoinMarketCap, just to look at the total market cap. Today, we're pushing the total market cap at $2.74 trillion. So definitely a up push from yesterday. Volume, the 24-hour volume is going up, and Bitcoin dominance is at 43.5. So it rose up a little bit. Still looking for it to get around that 41, 42 range for altcoins to really go parabolic. As we said, Ethereum's all-time high was pushed again today. So that took their dominance back up to 19.9. So it's going to be exciting times to see what Ethereum does here. You know, add into this dominance, and then it'll trickle out. You know, once it hits the Ethereum blocks, the Ethereum dominant side, it eventually just trickles back down to some of the smaller projects faster through there. It'll hit the BSC network, and then everything will get going. So exciting times ahead. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Stop by tomorrow. We'll be here again, doing more news for you, pulling more articles, and trying to help you make the best decisions in your portfolio, or just a little insight about your portfolio.
Yeah. And never be afraid to ask us questions. We're always on Asia blockchain community, or even on BigONE Telegram as well. So we're always around, happy to help, happy to talk to you. The more people that come, the happier we are as well. It keeps us busier. So, and we like to keep busy. So.
Oh yeah, and if you guys looking for any further education about about projects or newer projects, as Scott was mentioning, over at the Asia Blockcast community, we try to host a few AMAs, which is a Ask Me Anything a week. So if you guys want to just tune in there, you could always ask for the Telegram link, or follow us. It's literally Asia Blockchain Community on Telegram. As well as we do some AMAs at the BigONE Exchange as well, and that's only for the projects that we're actually going to list. So you get two different styles of AMA. One that's a little bit more, we're going to fill you out and see what you're about, and if you actually make it to the exchange, then that means that we've also took the liberty to help you out and get you going as well, right? So it's definitely going to be a great space for new people to be in, and try to come in and get a little bit of education, as well as some insights on some good plays, hopefully. But again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. But until tomorrow, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Wonderful day, you guys. See you later.